The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. Scott Earhart here from Insurance Agency Marketing Services. First and foremost, before I say anything else, thank you very, very much for taking time out of your schedules to join us. We really, really do appreciate your time today. I think that you're going to find this presentation to be incredibly valuable for your time. Here in just a little bit, we will bring in one of our national sales coaches and one of our top producers, Mr. Dave Pimper. He's going to talk about two topics today: Social Security maximization and marketing, as well as Retirement Boss Radio. Both great, great outlets for you to reach new prospects and more prospects and market yourself and your business, as well as your skills, and really become a celebrity and an expert in a very, very high demand area. So very excited about today's presentation. Before I do give it over to Dave, we are going to go through a few housekeeping items and a few introductory slides. So we will start with housekeeping items. First thing that I'll touch on, and probably the most important thing you'll hear out of my mouth today, is on the top right-hand corner of your screen. That's our phone number. That number is 800-255-5055. If there is anything that we can be doing to help you in the life, annuity, assets under management arenas, please do not hesitate to use that phone number. We'd absolutely love the opportunity to be chatting with you and earning your business here at IAMS. Second housekeeping item are polling questions. I'm going to launch 2 to 3 polls throughout the presentation today. They are very, very simple questions, yes or no questions. If you would take the time to respond to those, we really do appreciate everyone's participation in them. Really helps us to understand what it is you're looking for and how we can best help you grow your practice. So participation is greatly appreciated there. And then final housekeeping item are going to be questions. We're going to throw quite a bit of information at you while we're in the session, so I'm sure there's going to be questions. Dave does a great job of being as transparent as possible. So should you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to type those in the questions box. We will do the best we can to get those answered while we are live and in session. If for some reason we can't get them answered live, Dave or I will follow up with you directly and get them answered for you. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into some introductory slides here. And we're first going to talk about the IAMS Business Builders. And when we chat about IAMS Business Builders, all I'm talking about here are great programs that we offer to help put more money into your pocket. And we'll start with the Referred Producer Program. Our business here on the wholesale side of the industry, very, very similar to yours out there in the field, in that one of the best leads we'll ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued clients or you, our valued producers. And with that being said, we want to make it worthwhile for you to refer individuals to us. And we do that with a pretty unique program here. When you refer an individual to us and they pick up any contract through IAMS, we're going to send you a $50 thank you check. Now, where the real money comes in is as your referral does business, we will send you a 20 basis point override on that business. We sign these checks at bare minimum quarterly, and Steve and Charles, our ownership team, sign checks for thousands and thousands of dollars at a time. So it can be very, very lucrative for you. Now, one thing I do want to point out about that override is that override for you is paid out of our end, out of the IAMS end. It does not affect your standard commission. It does not affect your referred producer's commission whatsoever. It's simply us rewarding you for you entrusting us with a referral. So if there is anyone that you know of that you believe would benefit from doing business with us here at IAMS, please feel free to type their name or contact information into the questions box. Feel free to email it to me, scott@iamsinc.com, or if when one of my staff calls to follow up with you, just let them know who they are. We'll do the best we can to get them recruited over here to Insurance Agency Marketing Services and hopefully get you on your way to earning some referred producer dollars. Now, below that is our most popular IAMS Business Builder, and that's our Marketing Reimbursement Program. Rough numbers on marketing reimbursement are for every $100,000 in FIA premium you run through our office, we put $100 into your marketing reimbursement account. Now, why this program is so popular amongst our advisors is because we really consider this to be your money, your dollars. We put very, very few restrictions on the account. And what I mean by that is we're not going to cap your account at any time. We're not going to make you cash your account out in any particular time. You can grow it as high as you want, as long as you want with your business. And then we really put very, very few restrictions on what you can utilize your marketing reimbursement account for. What I mean by that is if you've got if you have a vendor that you've used in the past that you've had success with or you have a good relationship with, we would encourage you to use that vendor for your marketing. All we ask is that you simply send us a receipt once you've made the purchase. We'll get you out a check to help you offset your expenses there. If you'd like to know what's in your marketing reimbursement account, or if you'd like to have a more detailed conversation about how the program works, please let me know. I'd enjoy having that conversation with you. Moving on to the new producer builders. This is going to be geared towards individuals that are new to us here at IAMS, or if this is your first introduction to us here, you are eligible for this program. This is all based on your production within your first 180 days of being licensed through IAMS. And as you can see, there are 3 great levels that you can cash in at. Inside each level are a lot of great options for you: cash rewards, business building tools, personal perks, all available to you. If you'd like to know where you stand as far as new producer bonus, or if you'd like to have a conversation with somebody on the marketing staff about what we could be doing to help you step up to the level you want to achieve, let us know. That's a great conversation to be having. Back office support. This slide is truly the heart of who we are here at IAMS and how we were founded 34 odd years ago. That subheadline there, "We help you work smarter, not harder," is truly what we're all about here. And we're going to do that with great business building tools and resources. If you go out to IAMSinc.com, you can see some great examples of these tools. We just launched Firelight, so you can now do the vast majority of your business via an e-app and have it tracked via your portal at IAMS. Very, very neat stuff there. A lot of great resources like our sales resource library, term quote engine, annuity quote engine. A lot of great things out there for you. A lot of things we can do internally for you as well with our in-house staff. Case design assistance, of course, and life and annuity quotes. That's kind of the heart of what my team does here at IAMS. If you need illustrations or quotes for your sales presentations, we can help you with that. If you need design assistance, if you're not sure what type of product or which carrier may be best suited, we've got a lot of expertise there. And we make a 24-hour guarantee here at IAMS. What we mean by that is if you call in and request some case design or some specific illustrations, we're going to get those out to you within 24 hours. Our strong preference is same day, but sometimes it may be the next business day before we can achieve that, but vast majority of the time you'll receive those same day. Forms at your fingertips, a lot of different great ways to get the forms you need. You can do it at IAMSinc.com. Of course, you can we appoint direct to carrier, so you can go to any carrier you're appointed with and get those, or you can call us at 800-255-5055. We will absolutely get those quotes down, or not quotes, but forms downloaded and emailed to you, or we will drop ship you hard copies if you need them. Submission to commission support. What we really excel in this area. We've got a great new business staff that's headed by Amber Williams. And what these ladies and gentlemen do all day long is track your business, follow up on your business, really act as your back office to take all of that off your plate and really, really help you get clean business through, get your business as clean as possible before it's submitted, and then get it through as quickly as possible. I'd put a challenge out there to anybody that hasn't worked with IAMS before. If you're accustomed to submitting business and going through a process, I challenge you to use us for one case. I think you'd be shocked at how much quicker you will get commission because of the efforts of our new business team. They are very, very good at what they do. Top sales expertise and coaching. You'll see one of our national sales coaches here shortly, Dave Pimper. We've got 3 or 4 other coaches out there that can really help you and your practice. If you haven't ever gone through a coaching system, I'd encourage you to do it. It helps everybody in any type of business or any type of um, anything you do. A little coaching never hurts. So you'll see some of the great things that Dave has to offer. If you'd like to talk about some other coachings that we can offer, please let me know. That's a great conversation to be having as well. And then paperless contracting. If you haven't experienced paperless contracting before, this is something for those of us that have been around the business long enough that is music to my ears, or was music to my ears. We are on an electronic platform. So what we're going to ask you to do is fill out a licensing document one time as you go down the road. If you need to add on a new carrier, all we have to do with your permission is click a button and we can get that carrier added on for you. It will save a ton of time for you, as well as hand cramps if you remember the pain of filling out individual licensing forms. So we have that available. Chris Mount, our licensing director, would be a really, really good individual to be having that conversation with if you'd like to chat with her. Creative Marketing Solutions. We do have an in-house creative team here. They are known as IAMS Creative. They are headed by Jacob Tedlock. Very, very strong creative minds there in that department. And we've got a lot of great things that can really help you increase your brand awareness in your natural market, and then beyond that, help you to expand your market. Turnkey solutions. We've got a ton of stuff that has been pre-written, pre-graphicked, for lack of a better term, that all we have to do is impose your logo, your contact information onto, and it is yours to utilize. We can do it very, very quickly, and we get a lot of great response from it there. The IAMS creative portfolio can be seen at IAMSinc.com if you'd like to take a look at that. Of course, agency solutions, a full customized brand for you, logo design, business cards, brochures, stationery. It can be implemented onto any of your advertising. I will say this about a customized logo. If you do not have one, I would tell you that you really, really need to call Jacob or someone on his team and have a conversation. Just simply creating a logo and having it be consistent throughout your marketing efforts can really, really help your brand awareness and really, really help you as you introduce yourself and your firm to new prospects. It's definitely something that should be done. Digital solutions. We've got a lot of online expertise, personal websites. If you don't have a website, or if you'd like to see what an overhaul of your website might look like, we could certainly do that. Different digital marketing strategies, email marketing consulting, online newsletters, and of course, consulting on social media. We'll actually get into some forward progressions we're making in social media as Dave takes over, which is just really, really exciting, and it's been very, very lucrative for many of our advisors. Our website, I know I've mentioned it a few times, IAMSinc.com. We actually need to get that picture, that screenshot, updated a little bit. We just made some enhancements, specific with Firelight and a few new things that we've added on. So that is out there if you haven't seen it. Of course, Firelight is out there. Great sales tools with term quote engines, annuity quote engines, forms online, links, industry links are available out there. Product grids are available out there. Current news is available out there. It is all available to you with a simple login. It is a single sign-on. So if you haven't gone out and created your account at IAMSinc.com, as soon as we're done with this presentation, I'd highly encourage you to do so. Retirement Analyzer. This is one of the great tools that we do offer to our advisors. Retirement Analyzer is really a holistic analysis of how your client's current retirement picture looks, and a great projection, and a pretty accurate projection, of how long it will last them into their retirement years. Part of the reason why I am such a fan of Retirement Analyzer I think it's more than just analysis. I think it's a great closing tool for you as well, because it's very plain language, very easy to read and understand graphs and charts. And with a simple click of a button, you can input, the product that you're recommending or the strategy that you're recommending to your client, and show them very, very specifically how much longer their dollars will last because they've chosen to implement your recommendations. We do have a 90-day free trial on it, as well as a lot of great online trainings to help you utilize the software to its maximum potential. Marcus Solar in our office is kind of our point man, so if you'd like to learn more about it, just let him know. We can certainly get that done for you and get you out the free trial. IAMS Wealth Management, as I chat about IAMS Wealth, I'm going to, I believe, launch our first poll of the day. Let me see if we've got it loaded. I do. So I'm going to launch the IAMS Wealth Management poll here today. And what that is asking is if you'd like to learn more about IAMS Wealth. If you click yes, you're going to receive an automated email and a phone call from Mike Hansen in our wealth management office. He is one of our onboarding specialists and a real guru when it comes to the ins and outs of our RIA there. We founded IAMS Wealth probably about 2 years ago now. We've seen exponential growth, and it's been all organic. We haven't gone out and bought large blocks of business or anything like that. It's been all organic growth because we designed it in the mirror image of the IMO, and that is to be an advisor-centric, service-based organization. We can help advisors or individuals who are wanting to become IARs or advisors with the training, with passing the Series 65. We've got some great training partnerships there. We've got some really, really great models available and portfolios to really make it easy for your clients to understand how they're allocated and what kind of risk they're taking on, as well as some great tools for client retention. With that being said, we've seen really, really our biggest growth beyond helping advisors become or helping individuals become RIAs or IARs in other existing IARs, really moving to IAMS because of the total package we offer. If you look at our technology package as well as our fee structure, you will be very, very impressed by what is being offered to you there. That being said, I'm going to move on from this poll and shut it down. If you haven't taken the time to click yes or no, I'd certainly encourage you to do so at this point. We really do appreciate everyone's participation there. All right, moving on. Life and Annuity Academy. I hate to do this, but I'm going to launch our second poll of the day, and we're going to launch it back to back, and this is our last poll for a while. Basically, what we're asking you here is if you'd like more information about our live in-person trainings, our Life and Annuity Academies. If you click yes, you will get another automated email from us with some more information, as well as your name will be put onto our interested parties list. We are done with Life and Annuity Academies for 2019. We are eyeballing some dates in the first quarter of 2020. If you are on the interested parties list, you will be the first individuals contacted with those dates. What we do in our training is these are all expenses paid. Normally we try to do them Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What it looks like is we will fly you in on a Wednesday, have an evening session, do a full day session on Thursday, have a morning session Friday, hopefully break right around midday, get you out and on a plane and home in time for lunch. What we will do is bring in 4 of our top producers and sales coaches from throughout the country. Now, to qualify as a sales coach here at IAMS, not only do you have to talk the talk, but you have to walk the walk. And what that means is these individuals are the upper 1% of commission and fee earners in the industry. So they are top producers. They are going to show you exactly what it is that you do or that they do that makes them so successful and give you the ability to take it home with you and implement it in your own business. We will also bring in the department heads from our office. So you'll meet myself, the head of annuity sales. You'll meet Curtis Hawks, the head of our life team. You'll meet Amber Williams, the head of new business. You'll meet Charles R. Hiring, the head of the RIA. Steve Murray, our president, will be there to really show you who it is we are at IAMS and what it is that we do to help our advisors be as successful as they can possibly be. We will also give you quite a bit of downtime for networking with different carriers, for networking with other individuals there, which I think is a really, really valuable time. There's a lot of things that we can learn from each other, especially from individuals that are in different parts of the country, things that they've tried, that have worked. Really, really valuable stuff there. With that being said, I'm going to shut down this poll. So if you haven't taken the time to click yes or no, please do so now. We really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. And this is fantastic. I am really happy we got this slided. We just announced this at our Top Producers Escape when we were in Naples. The Baja Oasis. This is a co-branded trip that's only available to IAMS advisors, and it's only available via Athene production. So $3 million in Athene production between July 1 of 2019 and June 30 of 2020 will get you and a guest on an all-expense paid trip to the Montage Los Cabos. If you are familiar with Cabo San Lucas, this is the only beach in Cabo where you can actually swim. If you are familiar with Montages, they are what I consider to be the nicest resorts in the world. I love these things. So we're really excited to do that. We're going to play at least one amazing Fred Couples designed golf course while we're there. The accommodations will be second to none. And of course, the camaraderie will be unreal. We're really, really looking forward to this trip. If you'd like to know where you stand, last I looked, we had numbers through the end of August. I will have production numbers through the end of September, probably by the end of this week. So please let me know if you'd like more information on this. And of course, if you'd like to get into how we can help you position Athene and get over the trip credit threshold, certainly would love to chat with you about that as well. With that being said, Top Producers Escape. We do need to chat about this as well. We can't announce the location yet. I do expect a location announcement here very, very quickly. I think the background picture can give you some idea of what type of locale we'll be on. Production was July 1 of 2019 through December 1 of 2020. So 18-month qualification, $3.5 million to get you over that get you over the qualification hump, is what I've been told. So I believe that will be the number. What we're saying there is basically if you qualify for the Montage trip, all you're going to need is $500,000 more in production to get you over the hump for 2 trips. So $1 of premium to Athene is qualifying you for 2 trips at the same time. Very, very lucrative opportunity there. If you'd like more information on this, I don't have a ton yet, but let me know. I'd love to chat with you about that. That being said, I'm going to mute the microphone real quick. We're going to get Dave Pimper set up, and he is going to take over for you. Dave will be right back with you.
Good to see everybody. I guess we're here, everybody. Scott Earhart, big wig with IAMS, going through the early stuff there. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna actually have 2 ways to go in and market your practice today. One is going to be through Social Security. One is going to be through radio. We're going to go in about 25 minutes, which is about quarter till. Then Scott will be here, and then he's going to go in and put up a poll right then, and then we'll finish out with radio. So we will see you at quarter till. Thank you very much for everyone for being on the line with us today. My name is Dave Pimper. I've been in the business for almost 40 years, since 1981. For the financial service arena, 3 years with insurance, and then I've been with really retirement planning for years and years and years, also from the security side. If you've got any questions today, I certainly want you to bring them up, and I am more than happy to go in there and answer those for you. So here's what happens is we're going to talk about two things today. One is Social Security claiming, and then one is with a radio advertising, actually being your own host in radio. And I'll tell you right now that this is a hot topic, Social Security. Hot topic. Get a load of this. This came out in Investment News in 2017 by Mary Beth Franklin. And I took this word for word. Majority of future retirees threaten to switch from advisors who don't offer that guidance. Nearly 80% of future retirees who work with a financial advisor said they would switch advisors to maximize their Social Security benefit. It says many financial advisors shy away from Social Security conversations because they feel they don't know enough about the complex topic. And then lastly, despite the apparent reluctance among some financial advisors to offer Social Security guidance, it seems to be increasingly a priority for clients. No doubt about it. I cannot tell you, I'm working with the lady right now, and it's not a big sum of money, but she called the person who has her mutual funds, and she's 63 years of age, and they said, well, we've got a person that handles that. I will talk to him and have him call you. She goes, I want you to tell me. He couldn't do it, and here we are talking. I'm going to hopefully next week roll over all of her retirement plan. So I tell you right now, about 11,000 people a day are turning 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67 every single day. It isn't just 11,000 a day. It's all of those combined. I mean, it's probably 60, 70,000 a day are turning that age of thinking about retirement. If you don't know Social Security, you should. And I'll tell you right now, it's very, very important that you go on in and that you learn the subject. And that's something you can do through us, through IAMS, and with myself coaching you. So first of all, our seminars now, we're using Facebook advertising, and the cost, it's pretty incredible. We actually guarantee 25 buying units. Guaranteed. If you get 24, we're going to pay you back. If you get 20, we're going to pay you back more. If you get 15, pay you. If you wouldn't get anyone, we'll pay you back the entire marketing that you spent on the 2,500. It's probably a third or a half the cost of most big advertising budget campaigns for Facebook out there. There's a lot of things, budget optimization, the demographics that we use, artificial intelligence, something called pixels that are within the Facebook marketing. Yeah, some of this stuff is Greek to me too, but I'll tell you what, our Facebook vendor, who is, he's done through the years coaching with Facebook experts to get the very best folks. And I'll tell you right now, it's really kind of revolutionized the way we do seminars. You can track attendance for each night. You can shut one of the nights off and keep the other one on to get a more balance. There's just so many things you can do. So here we go. Those are actual slides. The next best thing of being wise oneself is live in a circle of those who are, by C.S. Lewis. Well, I always say tonight I'm the circle that are. Who where my registered branch offices are. You can put your office in there, or you don't need to put an office if you go out to their homes themselves, which a lot of our people do. Now those are the actual slides, and I'm not going to take a ton of time on each slide. I am going to take a little bit more time about spousal benefits, divorce benefits, and survivor benefits, just because that's kind of the basics of how Social Security is paid out with the individual benefit. But there's 4 tax slides talking about the new tax reform. And it went into effect on January 1 of 2018. There's 2 parts of this. One is a personal part, but then one also is the corporation part. And that corporate part will not sunset. Went from a high of 35% in corporate taxes down to the high of 21%. And that brought truly trillions of dollars over that was across seas back in the United States, which of course truly helps our economy. But the intent of this tax cut was to deliver tax cuts to the middle income, and over it's predicted that over 80% of Americans will get some kind of a tax cut because of this tax code. I have 4 slides. We go through them pretty quickly. We talk about the standard tax deduction, which is over $24,000 this year. And if you're 65 or over, actually married filing jointly, you have a $27,000 tax deduction. Well, that's why so few people itemize now. You're not paying taxes on the first $27,000 worth of income. So I go through a stroll through memory lane. Those are the actual slides. I put those slides together. They're part of the IAMS seminar series, which we have 6 or 7 different seminars: 401k IRA rollovers, in-service non-hardship withdrawals. We've got 8 potential mistakes retirees make with their money, Social Security. I mean, there's just some really great. This is brand new, hot off the press. We'll be getting a FINRA review here within the next month's time period. But you can the stroll down memory lane. FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, started this back in August of 1935. They started funding it in 1937. First check was issued to Ida Mae Fuller in 1940. But back early, 65 was the only age you could take it, and believe it or not, the age of longevity or mortality was 62. Don't you love that? The average person dies at 62, and the government's going to pay you out at 65. That's changed, hasn't it? My gosh, it has. But early retirement started in 1961. You could take a reduced benefit down to 62. But COLA's, cost of living allowances, started in 75. There was no taxation until Ronald Reagan came and firmed all of Social Security up. That was in almost default mode. But up to 50% of your taxation on Social Security could happen. And then in 93, up to 85%. The Bipartisan Budget Act phased out file and suspend, but it kept restricted application. So if you're born before January the 2nd of 1954, you can still restrict your application and get the free spousal benefit. That is phasing out, but we still have about 3 years and 3 or 4 months left on that. I always say, you got questions? Is it really going to broke? We're gonna go in and talk about that. When's the best time for you to apply? And I'll say here, a lot of folks, that's the reason they come in for a free consultation when we're done here, because they want to find out what's the best time for them, not somebody else, but for them to apply. I normally bring up about them coming into an appointment 5 or 6 times. I kind of assume the close that they're going to go in and sign up for the appointment throughout the presentation. Even though we have 5 or 6 bullet points, it doesn't mean you got to go through one. People can certainly read. But how important is Social Security? Get a load of this. By the Greenwald Retirement Confidence Study, 59% of retirees count on their Social Security benefit to be a major source of income from them, almost 60%. The rest being personal savings, retirement plans. Social Security, Social Security is a big thing. Big thing. Okay. This is from Jana Herron out of the USA Today. Came from July 1 of this year. Get a load of this. Here's the article headline. And it's word for word. Doing this one thing with your Social Security could mean losing $100,000 in retirement. Bullet point 1. How much does claiming Social Security at the wrong time cost you? Bullet point 2. Retirees will lose an average of $111,000 in income per household over their lifetime because they took Social Security benefits at the wrong time. Folks, that's why you're here tonight, is find out when to claim Social Security at your right time. And in the third bullet point, overall, only 4% of retirees took Social Security at the financially optimal age. We'll go through broad information tonight, folks, but if you sign up for the consultation and timeout, as I talk about again, the consultation, then you're going to be one of those 4 people that really are taking advantage of when that right time for you to take Social Security to get the most out of your money. Social Security 101, there's 3 important ages or dates. Yeah. 62 is the earliest you can take. 66 through 67 is full retirement age, depending if you're born from 43 to 54, it's 66. If you're born after 1960, it's 67 or later. And then the age you must take, or you just lose the benefit, age 70. I go through that. I talk about what a big benefit. Those are about a third or half of the slides that we have. But a $2,000 benefit at 2.8% cost of living in 10 years, that $2,000 benefit has given you over $300,000 in 20 years, over about a third of a million, and in 2/3 of a million, and in 30 years, over 1.1 million. It's a huge benefit, and that's just for one person. What happens if you got 2 people with a $2,000 benefit out 30 years? You got a $2.3 million lifetime benefit. I have 5 Social Security myths. Is Social Security going broke? I mean, everybody probably heard when you were young, hey, Dave, you better save for Social Security because it's not going to be there when you retire. That's what we hear from the millennials right now. Well, Social Security's been around, started 84 years ago. It's been paying out for 80 years, almost 80 years it's been paying out. And you know what? They've never missed a payment. They've never missed a full payment. Last year, there was a net increase, believe it or not a decrease, but an increase of $3 billion off of an almost $1 trillion plan. There's approximately $2.9 trillion in the trust fund, but now the Social Security Administration is looking that it would go down to zero in the year of 2035 and would bankrupt the trust fund. More money going out than coming in. Solvency. I always talk about means testing here. Now, what happens is that there are some folks that are in favor of means testing, meaning if you make a lot of money, you don't get all your benefit. You give it to someone who needs it more. It's a redistribution of wealth, and there are some people that are for that. I'm not personally, and I say that to folks. But I'll go in and I'll say, you know what? Here's what happens is, and I can tell, when I'm talking about means testing, how there's some people on the crowd that really like the idea of that. But then this is true. They think that it's 200,000 or 3 or 4 rich people, but they're looking at means testing. If you make 50,000 of adjusted gross income or more, that the Social Security Administration will start withholding. If you make enough, they're going to withhold all. Well, those people that were for means testing, and now that's going to affect them, you can just take a look at their faces like, well, I was in favor, but I'm certainly not now. So I talk about that. And then I like to add humor into my workshops. Now remember, I coach you through for 3 sessions, and you can call me anytime. We got lots of attachments. We have a great book. It's called The Bible. I call it the Bible of Social Security claiming that you buy. It's like $20 on Amazon. But you've got some studying. There's probably 3-4 hours a week of reading the attachments and stuff. But I normally on here, I'll talk about there's all different ways to bring solvency back. But the easiest way, I think, is to just raise the Social Security age for the full retirement age, and maybe the age 70. The latest you can pull maybe to 73, 4, or 5. And then I'll joke about my son. He's 27. And if I told him, hey, Sam, they're going to raise your Social Security full retirement age from 67 to 70, he'd tell me this weekend, who cares? Get me another beer, Dad. And then people laugh. I don't think you got to be a humorist or a jokester or a comedian, but I do believe if you bring humor into the presentation, this is a pretty dry subject and complicated, and it kind of strains the brain. So if you can bring some humor in, people are more apt to be on your side. Remember, people buy from us or they sign up for appointments with us because they like us. Okay? Figuring out, it's 35 of your highest working years, inflation adjusted, and when you take your benefit. It's as easy as this. That Social Security 101, when I go more in depth in it, if you take it earlier than full retirement age, you get it now, but it's discounted for the rest of your life. If you wait after full retirement age, you don't get it now, but it's increased for your full entire life and or your survivor's life. Remember I said 43 to 54, the age of 66, increments 2 months up to 67, 1960 and later, full retirement age of 67. Don't you love that dog? He looks like he's having that dachshund's having a fun time. I guess he's one. Yeah. Talks about full retirement age. If you take early, it's discounted. If you wait later, it's guaranteed to grow 8%. Guaranteed plus cost of living. What's cost of living this year? 2.8%. What's cost of living in next year? It's going to come out between the 10th and the 12th of October because the fiscal of the U.S. ends from September through September. But we think it's going to be in the neighborhood of around 1.6%, down from last year, mainly because energy is down. Spousal benefits. I know those are in simple terms, but in spousal benefits, Dave's primary insurance amount's $2,400 and Amy's primary insurance amount's $1,000. Both take. Dave takes his $2,400. Amy can take her $1,000 or half of Dave's benefit, whichever is more. Half of Dave's is $1,200. That's $200 more than Amy's. Amy gets $1,000 plus $200 more. That's in simplicity how the spousal benefit works. There's certainly innuendos and roadblocks and some detours. Well, we go through that when we're coaching, but that's the main way Social Security works. How about your divorced spouse? Many divorcees don't take the best benefit they could because they don't know it's available. And that's what we're doing, is educating people at those workshops. So if your marriage lasted 10 years, I call it the triple play. Your marriage lasted 10 years, your wife is currently, or your ex is currently 62 years of age, and you're currently unmarried. And the divorce has needed to be at least 2 years ago also. That might be the fourth thing. But your benefit is treated just like if you were still married. What's so important about this is that if you're still married, you have more options than if you're single. Big deal. And know that also on survivor benefit, look at the very let's see if it talks about it. No, it doesn't. But you can do a divorce survivor benefit also, which is really cool. So survivor benefit, Dave and Amy are both married, both over full retirement age, so there's no discounting. You can certainly take it under, but let's say there's no discounting. Dave's benefits $2,000, Amy's benefits $1,200. Amy can go in, request that hers gets dropped, and she jumps up to Dave's bigger benefit because Dave dies. Okay? That's me. That's my wife. My wife didn't like I used our names, but no one could plagiarize them then. Yeah. You can start taking a survivor benefit at the age of 60, which is 2 years younger than you can take your own benefit. That is at a 28.5% deduction, but you can do that. What's really cool about survivor's benefits, you can take a survivor benefit and let your benefit grow. If it grows more, I was just talking to the lady earlier today, was that way. You can either take the survivor benefit at a discount, and you can, and then let yours grow, or you can take your benefit at a discount and let the survivor benefit grow. Survivor benefit does not grow with delayed retirement credits, but it does grow up through the age of full retirement for yourself. Now, if you're confused, what do you think the average participant that's attending your seminar? My gosh, only about 10% of advisors really understand this, and less than 2% of the American public understand it. And this money is going to be rolling on in for people getting retirement age for the next 15 years. For people born 1964. Yeah, just wild. I mean, we've got lots of years left, maybe 15 more years. I'm working every single one of them. What a great time for us to be in the business. Coordinating spousal benefits in the Bipartisan Budget Act. I had a lot of advisors thought, hey, file and suspend is gone. It won't be nearly as advantageous for seminars. Absolutely not the truth. I mean, we still have restricted application if you're old enough, 66 years in 9 months, or 66 years in 9 or 10 months. But you know what? Just Social Security, just the idea that you get less if you take it early. I'd say half the people don't know that. I would say 90% of the people don't know that it takes the 35 years of your highest earnings that they figure your benefit. They don't know that. Just the basics of Social Security people don't know. So restrict application, I don't like slides like this, but I will tell you it's a cool thing when it happens. Let's say my primary insurance amount is $2,400, Amy's is $1,000. Yeah. What happens, as long as I'm full retirement age, meaning I'm 66 years or over, if I'm born from 43 to 54, I can go in and start mine, stop mine, and the eyes of Social Security, I started it. Amy takes hers, but now, since Amy takes hers, because of this unique restricted application, I can take half of Amy's benefit. Half of $1,000 is $500. That $500 is free money, and I continue to let mine grow the 8%. Jiminy Christmas, how cool is that? That's $500 at 12 months at $6,000 a year for 4 years, $24,000. Free money. Get a load of this. Get a load of this. Only 0.7% of all the people this could help use it. 0.7%. Right here off of this scenario, they just lost out on $24,000. They'd be like 24,000 $1 bills sitting in a bag, and 99 out of 100 people walk past it, and now you have the education of where it's at, and you pick it up and able to use it. That's what this does for people. Absolutely incredible. Now, I'm going to go through the rest here pretty darn quick and then go into Retirement Boss Radio. But here's Social Security method number 2. If I claim Social Security benefits early and invest the income, I'll come out ahead rather than delaying. Not always the case. If you consider early, yeah, if you need the money or your health is bad or your DNA is bad, annual earnings test. If you're working and you're under full retirement age and you make over $17,640 in a year, you're going to go in and pay $1 for every two. If you make over about 49,000, give or take on your specifics, you're going to pay all of it back. Interesting thing is you do get that back once you're full retirement, but over your life expectancy. Social Security myth number 3, you're going to get the biggest benefit if you're waiting to claim age 70. You might, but you know what? We had the biggest benefit. My wife took hers at 62. I'm waiting to 70, but not my wife. That worked out the best for us. There are do-overs. If you pay back within the first year's time, you can start from scratch. If you're over full retirement age, you can go in on a retroactive benefit like you started 6 months ago. There's different ones there. Social Security myth number 4 says muni bond income is taxed. With Social Security, then it only makes sense that tax-free Roth IRA income distributions will be taxable also. No, that's not. It is not taxed like muni bond interest. There is taxation in 83. Reagan started it and Clinton increased it. There are certain brackets for it. It's called provisional income. So reducing taxation, one of the greatest ways is to convert from taxable to tax-free. We talk about Roth conversions. If you're not doing Roth conversions, my. That's of a big interest to people. That's a buzzword to people. On my radio show, Roth Conversions, I get lots of calls to help them with Roth conversions and information. Social Security Administration will give you the best advice to maximize your benefit. It's just not the truth. What they can't do is they can't give advice. Can you imagine that? You go in there for advice, they can't give you advice. They can give your highest benefit right now. Who gives advice? Moi. We do. The person giving the workshop does. Look at this, right from their operations manual, Social Security. Provide enough information so that claimants can make informed choices, but do not give advice. Bizarre. Yeah, it's not a standalone investment. When is the right time? It's at your right time. I talk about the 5 pillars of income, working, so wages, full-time, part-time, pensions, income-producing assets, required minimum distribution, Social Security. I bring this up when they come on into the fact finder. Why? Because 1, 2, 4, 5 make us no money. Where we make money is finding out where their 401ks are, their IRAs, their life insurance, cash value, brokerage accounts, CDs, annuities, income property they're selling. That's all the information we get to find that asset that we can work with. They'll have a bunch of questions. There's a lot to consider for your best decision, not someone else's. Take out your worksheet. We get the appointment right then. We get the day and we get the time, and then it's either a morning time, an afternoon time, or a late afternoon, evening time. And then we call them the next morning. But they're signing up right there and committing at the workshop. And then I do the George Foreman close, and I love this close. I say, hey, everybody knows who Big George is, don't you? Absolutely. Yeah, he was the heavyweight champion of the world, made a ton of money from boxing. He won his last time at 48 years of age, the oldest heavyweight boxer ever to be champion. But you know where he made the most money? And then someone will say the George Foreman Grill. I say that's exactly right. I said you can Google it up. He made $137.5 million from the George Foreman Grill in cash and stock. Incredible to put his name on the grill. So here's how I end tonight. Unless your name is on the George Foreman Grill, then what happens is that you need to mark yes and come in and see me for that appointment. And then everybody just laughs. They laugh, and it's a great emotional close. So what happens here's what happens. I'm going to teach you Social Security. There's 2 things you get out of this. Some wonderful people to talk to for qualified prospects. Here in 25 are guaranteed to come to the seminar, and you should close from 10 to 15%, or 10 to 15 of those should come on in for the appointment. But it's 25 buying units guaranteed you're going to get. It's no meals. You're going in an educational room. You get coaching from myself three times. You can call me with any questions or email any questions you have. You get Social Security software free for 3 months. If you want it after that, you can buy it for about $27 a month. But it's all included for $2,500. So I'll tell you right now, if you've done Social Security workshops or any other workshops and had minimal success, I'm telling you right now, I'm sold. And the Facebook marketing has really, really set that up. I've done over 500 public seminars. I consider that I am an expert in the arena of seminar marketing. But the one-on-one coaching, I try to make a complicated subject much easier for you. There is some work involved to learn the Social Security business if you haven't already done it, but no meals, and you get on supporting. And I go through, I call it the secret sauce, Dave Pimper's secret sauce of seminar success. I feel the first slide and the last 3 slides of our presentation, that basically decides. So I wrote out all the language, what to say, why you're saying it, how to say it. There's a video of myself giving this seminar. So we've got a lot of great support, unbelievable support. And then lastly, our expert who does all the Facebook marketing. Get a load of this. His family's in the radio business. They own multiple radio stations. They've been in the business since 1967. This is the son. The person I work with has purchased over $100,000 in media since he started. Over 400 radio and television programs per week that he's bought in radio time for. This seminar is proprietary to IAMS, no other FMO or marketing firm. He will purchase over $12 million in media this year, and he ranks in the top 10 companies in South Carolina. This guy's a stud, and he's very, very good at what he does. And that's why we're having so many people sign up for Social Security seminars right now. Now, we're going to put up a poll, and on this poll, we're going to go on in, and if you want to get more information on Social Security seminars, and we're going to go, it's going to be very quick, only about 10 minutes on Retirement Boss Radio because we're running out of time here. But if you want more ideas of how to put people in the chairs that you have qualified appointments, you need to mark yes on this. If you don't know Social Security and you got your shingle out as a retirement planner and you don't know Social Security, I'm telling you, I don't see how you can when 59% of Americans say it's a major part of their income in retirement. You need to know that Social Security. So really, if you don't know Social Security and you're going to do a seminar, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're learning Social Security and you're going to get in front of a bunch of folks. What also happens if you know Social Security, then what happens is getting in front of a bunch of folks so you can put it into practice. All the knowledge in the world and not giving it to anybody in front of anybody makes you just like no knowledge in the world. 0 is 0. So those 2 things together can be really, really quite a great situation. So we're going to take a look here. Yeah, I still got a few folks that have not marked yes or no. If you mark yes, hey, do me a favor. Our administrators are going to call in the morning and take the call. If you mark yes, don't blow us off. Take the call. Either call us, take the call, or call us right back, because I know you're busy. I know that you're a producer. We're darn busy. I mean, we're doing retail business, we're doing coaching business, we're doing coaching business, we're doing a lot of marketing for IAMS through Lazarus coaching. So, but line that call up. So if you have not gone in and marked yes, and I certainly do. And I'm going to answer one. We got several questions, but one quick question is that go over the cost again. $2,500 gets you a guaranteed 25 buying units in the room between 2 nights. Okay. And then you get coaching from myself, that's included. You get service from me and ongoing coaching and help. And then you get 3 months worth of software free. Plus you get, of course, the presentation, which is proprietary to IAMS. So we only got 2 more people that haven't voted. Just come on, I'm waiting for those 2 folks to vote. And then we'll go into Retirement Boss Radio. That won't take long at all, 7-10 minutes. But I want you to listen also to Retirement Boss Radio. As long as you're on the line, you should go on in and stay for Retirement Boss Radio, because I'll tell you right now, boy, if the shoe fits, it's like Cinderella's slipper. If the shoe fits, it's a possibility of just really, really having a lot of moneyed appointments in front of you. So let's go ahead and close that poll, Scott. We got 2 people didn't vote. Maybe they were having trouble getting on in, but we had a really, really good response. So let's go in to the next slide, which is going to be talking about Retirement Boss Radio. And my head's not that skinny. I don't know why it's skinny on the screen. I wish I was that skinny, but I'm older and not that light. Retirement Boss Radio, it is it's to be your own radio host. You have a co-host from our production company, but by why I say be a local celebrity, it's different than giving seminars. And believe me, I do them both. I've had big success with both. But I'll tell you, seminars are easier, no doubt about it, because more people do them. But boy, just go to your radio, your AM, your Rush Limbaugh, Kim Cabando, Dave Ramsey, Glenn Beck, go any of that on the weekend. Rick Edelman, find out who is on those shows, and I bet you there'll be 3 or 4 of your biggest competition will be on radio. And the reason is because most people think radio is so expensive. I'm going to tell you right now, radio really is no more expensive monthly than what it does to host. Maybe not $2,500 to be inexpensive, but if you host a dinner workshop and it costs you $4,000, most of the costs are between $2,500 and $5,000 for everything included with being a retirement radio host on your local big AM radio station. Why radio? Radio goes in and reaches more Americans than any other digital platform. TV, smartphones, personal computers. Believe it or not, that is true. And I'll tell you right now, most people don't believe it, but the Nielsen studies proves it. The median age of a person listening to radio is 61. Is that perfect? Right before retirement. A few more males than females. The demographics are ideal. Radio reaches about 73% of all adults. If you're 75,000 and upward of household incomes, they listen to radio 12 hours a week. How bizarre is that? When you're on radio, they view you as the expert. It solidifies you as the expert. KFAB is my local station. I cannot tell you how many times a person says, well, if you're on KFAB, you must be legit. I am legit, but I wouldn't have to be, but I am. But it kind of goes in the radio station. They don't, but it's almost like they're endorsing you. And I'll tell you what, talk radio, sport radio, weather, traffic, all that kind of AM and a little bit of FM radio, it's hot right now. Hot. If you have any questions, type them on in. Who are the big national syndicates on AM radio? The big boys. Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck, King Commando, Dave Ramsey, Rick Edelman. Why are they on national radio? It's making them money. The advertisers are making them money. Why does it make us money? People call in to a live call center, not just taking a lead, not just mailing them out information, they're setting up the appointment. I call in to my show every week. I'm going to see how long it takes. And believe me, it took about 10 seconds for them to answer the phone. There was a little waiting. Hey, please wait for us. We'll be right with you. I'm very professional. Yeah, I'm telling you what. And I had to go through several call centers to get the right call center that was really high enough, because this is a kind of a high-end call center able to do this. Radio really puts you in the spotlight. Retirement Boss Radio takes charge of your money. It is trademarked nationally. We have a trademark that we paid for, so no one else can use that trademark. And we're in about 7 cities right now. We just rolled this out, and I'll tell you what. If you've never thought, now there are going to be people that aren't good in radio. I understand that. There's not going to be, some people are afraid of radio, but we have it pretty cool. You don't go in, and you're not going in and doing radio at the station. This is recorded. It's an hour show, but we're only recording for 30 minutes, and then we always go in and repeat an earlier show for 30 minutes. Hardly anyone ever knows that we're repeating a show. It sounds live. When you say, let's open up the phone lines, like my number's 888-975-2677. That's 888-975-BOSS. And every one of our radio hosts ends their radio number, their 800 number in BOSS. The content, I think it's excellent. You say fabulous. That sounded corny, so I put excellent. Yeah, there's three parts. There's three parts of this type of structure. You've got the person that goes out and buys the radio media, which is the very same person that's doing the Facebook with us with advertising. I mean, he's a one talented dude, and he knows the business inside and out. And he's really excited that he has paired up from proprietary with Retirement Boss Radio and also our Social Security claiming seminars. We've got many, many people that are going in and using it right now. But I coach you. I coach you up on radio. I've got over 25 years of radio. I had a live show for 11 years for 45 minutes on AM station from 7:15 to 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays. It's so much nicer having recordings, especially because you can correct your mistakes when you have a mistake. But we really walk you through. Then there's the production company. We have a co-host. He's the co-host for all of our folks. He's extremely good at what he does. He's been, again, in radio and media for over 40 years, and he's extremely good at what he does. They give us the show notes. I revise those, and they take out all the mistakes. They edit, mix your radio show, get it to the radio station. Pretty cool. It's turnkey, absolute turnkey. And I'll tell you that co-host, it's, you know what? If you go to www.retirementbossradio.com, www.retirementbossradio.com, you will see all of my actual radio shows. They're in 30-minute increments because that's how we go in and we film those, or we record those. But I'll tell you right now, you can see the professionalism that are in with each of those shows. But you know what? Those aren't dinner workshops, and the cost, it's reasonable. All in between $2,500 and $5,000 a month can get you to be your own star. We also do publish podcasts in iTunes. I think it's $100 extra to do that to get more awareness. Here's what comes from our call center. Radio, KFAB. That's my radio station. You know, comments, turning 59 soon, hasn't settled on someone yet, has a 401k that is seven-figured, which he does. And I'll know at the end of this month whether I work with him or not, because we're doing something called an in-service non-hardship withdrawal. He's able to take his money, part of it or all of it, out of his current 401k and still continue to work there and add to his 401k. We talk about in-service non-hardship withdrawals almost every show. There's that live retirementbossradio.com, but you come, it gives you star quality, no doubt. Yeah, we have certainly want to see if the right location, so is the right radio station and the radio station time, is it available and at the right cost, at the right price? If those three things line up, I'm telling you right now, I'm averaging between 2 and 3 appointments a week from radio, and they are quality, probably a little more moneyed appointment than Social Security seminar appointments. And I can coach you through and walk you through of what to say and how to do it. The end result, we want more appointments. The end result for the appointments, we want more second appointments. At the end, result of the second appointment is to have closing and right business. That's it. So as we're finishing up here, Al Joseph said, I'd like to do a radio just like pictures, leave the imperfect stuff on the cutting room floor. Well, you can with Retirement Boss Radio because we're recorded. Sounds live as live can be, but it is recorded. And I'll end here, and I always say this to my people when I'm talking to the seminars too, but it says, procrastination is my sin. It brings me constant sorrow. I really shouldn't practice it. Perhaps I'll stop. But you know what? Tomorrow never comes. I'll tell you right now, if you heard something today, I'm going to have Scott also put up just a poll real quick, even though there's already been one. Can you put up just a regular poll that says if they have information? Because if you didn't vote before and you want to vote now, on if you voted before, you don't have to vote. Can you do that, Scott, or not? No? Can't do it again. Okay, well, that's okay. We will talk to everyone who voted yes, and we'll talk between the two. But I'll tell you, Retirement Boss Radio, it's not for everyone. It's for, it isn't going to cover the broad swath that seminars do, but I'll tell you right now, Retirement Boss Radio, if you've got a location, meaning a radio station that a lot of people listen to, and you got the right time, and we do have the right content, and you're the right person for that, I'd love to show you how you could go in and you become the expert, the celebrity in your area. I'll tell you what, I do seminars and I do Retirement Boss Radio, and my goal is to have a minimum of one brand new person that I have an appointment with every single working day of the month. And I've actually averaged more than that. But you do that, there's almost no way that you're not financially successful. Take a little test of fortitude to do it, it does. But I'll tell you right now, when you have a coach, i.e. Dave Pimper, myself, when I can walk you through the steps, and I'm doing it week in and week out right now. This is something that most FMOs don't have. They have mentors where they go in and they say, follow him and do just what he did. That's easier said than done. Everyone has different personalities. Everybody has different work habits. I go in and I show you how to really maximize your effort, your marketing efforts, so you can get in front of more people. My name is Dave Pimper, my coach for proprietary on a proprietary basis for IAMS Insurance Agency Marketing Services. I'd love to talk to you. And I'm going to let Scott Earhart, big wig with IAMS, I'm going to let him go in and finish the webinar. Thank you for everyone listening today, and Scott can finish it on up.
Thank you, Dave. Amazing presentation as always. We do greatly appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule to join us here and present to the group. As I'm sure everyone here saw, Dave is truly an expert when it comes to marketing his practice, and that is why he is one of our, and consistently been over the last decade, one of our top producers. We really do appreciate his time, really do appreciate his expertise. If you saw anything here that was of interest to you when we call to follow up, whether it be one of Dave's administrators or someone from my team, let us know. Raise your hand, tell us that you're interested. We'll get you the information that you need to implement this in your practice and help you become a Social Security expert or a local celebrity through Retirement Boss Radio, possibly both. With that being said, thank you everyone for your time. We know that an hour and 6 minutes with us is an hour and 6 minutes where you are not out actively prospecting. So we greatly do appreciate your time, and we look forward to working with each and every one of you very, very soon. Go out, have a great sales day, everyone. Thank you.